HistoryWes. Welcome back to Atlas Pangaea. This is the first time I've been to Pangaea in a long time, and things are looking different. That is because we are in one of the new snapshots. Snapshot 18w43c. Taking a look at what the world looks like. And right off the bat, we've got different cobblestone and different bricks. Neither of which I like that much. The bricks are not too bad. The cobblestone, when you got it in a whole bunch together, it looks like snakeskin. The tree bark is not bad. I actually like it. I like the trees, the leaves. So let's take a look around. This is the first time I've been in Pangaea for a long time. So much, in fact, that the last time I loaded this game world up, we were in a pre-release for 1.13. Okay, clearly the white letters on the signs is horrible. So I built this world as a way to check out the snapshots for 1.13, and I was trying to pull a Wells Knight a la Kingdoms by creating a world with a lore behind everything. Yeah, I do like the leaves. Those flowers look nice. The wood. The one thing I've noticed about the wood planks is that they all look weathered, making them look older. The effect is much less on the dark oak than on anything else. It looks great on medieval builds like this, but not so great on if you're trying to do a modern build. So, yeah, I spent a lot of time building this area. I'm not that sure I care for the brown tone to the lamps, but it's not that big of a deal. The world looks pretty nice. But the man-made items I'm questioning. The natural items seem better than the man-made items. Don't care for the this is horrible. I watched Wells Knight do a video in which he was basically going on and on about how horrible the textures were, and I was thinking, well, Wells Knight, you're just being overcritical, but yeah, he wasn't. All right. So I believe we were mostly sleeping in the warehouse. And the warehouse is a good place to look at all of the other textures as they appear in item frames. It's like they're trying to make everything much flatter. And I'm not sure I get the whole idea behind that. I think Mojang thinks that the appeal of Minecraft is its blockiness, but the appeal of Minecraft is the world building. Like this is supposed to be a poison potato. I don't get that at all. I think the flowers by and large look better. Shulker shells. What is that? Oh, that's a feather? You can't even tell what it is anymore. The bone looks like a wrench. Diamonds are fine, I guess. I don't like them as much. And these look much more pixelated. And this is supposed to be quartz. Ugh. NG, as in not good. Okay, let's look around, see what else we can see. Yeah, see, the oak looks much more weathered than before. Yeah, I'm still kind of salty about the horses. I didn't think that that was a good move either. Cactus, I don't know. Take it or leave it. Yeah, let's see. The glass is an improvement. It actually looks like glass now. I think that has less to do with removing the streaks in it than the way they've changed the frame. Yeah, like I said, the flowers all look fine. They haven't implemented any of the new villagers' clothing options yet. Yeah, if I had seen that here, I would have known it was a feather just because this is the chicken cooker, but otherwise I would never have figured that out. The cake and the pie look worse. See, now this glass does a much better job for aquariums. The granite's fine, the dirt's fine. The stone makes it look like a vertical pattern wallpaper. Andesite's fine. The diorite is horrible once you look at it. My son and I had an argument about the wheat. Now, he says it looks better because it's the right color, which may be true, but it doesn't look like wheat anymore. It looks like a bush. At least it looked like wheat before. Is our redstone dead now? Okay, I don't know why that isn't working. Oh well. It's also a little herky-jerky here, but that's to be expected in a snapshot. I actually think the sword looks better, at least in the little view that it has there. So let's take a little walkabout and see what else we can see. This pathway leads from, I forgot the name of this town. This is I have it written down somewhere. The large town. and it leads to the hillside village. So we'll just take a look and see what that looks like. See, those flowers look nice. See if we can see some of the other good or bad things. This is all subjective, of course. It's only my opinion. You may have different opinions. I think all the trees that I've seen so far look better, especially the leaves. There does seem to be less differentiation between them, though. Yeah, you see this, it's way too much of a pattern on the stone. Kind of bizarre, very man-made appearance. Excuse me. And in this snapshot there seems to be a lot of failure to load chunks, and I'm having to press F3A to get them loaded. Like so. Yep, really slow loading. In fact, to even get the world to load, I had to press F3 repeatedly. So it's funny, it's reloading that chunk over there, but not this chunk in front of me. It's not going to even let me go. There we are. About the 5th time I pressed it. So clearly some functional things going on. All right. Yeah. Here we go. Check out the diorite. See, now I actually, when I saw one block by itself, I thought it looked much better than the old one. But when you see it in a whole sheet, it's got a real distinctive pattern. Again, it looks manufactured rather than natural, which is not good. All right, here's our other village coming up in the distance. This village built into the hillside has a mob dropper, that big square thing sticking up out of the mountain, as you can see. Here's the sand. A lot of people are upset about the change in the sand color. And I actually think the sand looks more like real sand. Living in the desert, I consider my opinion fairly expert. On the other hand, I can see how they'd be upset that it doesn't mix well with the things that they've traditionally mixed it with. Okay. There's a new texture on the watermelons, which is fine. You can now stack them, and you've got yourself a pattern. So that seems to be the goal of this new textures, is to create much more pattern. Oh, I used the wrong one. There's a number of greater patterns for building stuff, but But I don't think necessarily everything it should be or is going to be used for building. I mean, I suppose there's somebody out there who's going to build a wall out of watermelons, and you have a very distinctive wallpapery look. And yeah, I'm not a big fan of these. They suddenly look very two-dimensional, which I never really noticed before. There's less texture apparent in the terracotta, which is not necessarily a good thing. Before, terracotta just kind of had its own texture variation built in. Now it seems like you've got to add something to it to get a decent look. Okay. So the granite's, well, even that has kind of a pattern that continues. I'd much prefer that in a smooth granite than in the natural version. Again, we have some problems loading chunks. And I hear the sheep, but I can't see them. I happen to know there's a house right over here. That's weird. Yeah, I can't tell if I like the stone bricks or not. Sometimes I look at them and I think, okay, they look better, but yeah, when I actually spend much time looking at them, they don't look better. This is the Warlord's Fortress, of course. I don't want to say Warlord. This is not. Well, whatever he is, the Overlord of this area. Yep, I like the little flowers. There are some new flowers added to the snapshot. A blue flower to give you dark blue, the same color as the lapis gives you. Yeah, I don't think there's actually much in here. All right, let's take a look in the nether and see what we see. Yep, go inside, fellas. It's getting dark. All right. Let's see if this loads properly. And where are we? Yep, we are lost in a world of red. Look at that, I'm able to turn my head completely around. Oh. Okay. Well, you can tell that these hallways are built near the top of the nether. There's the bedrock. Can I walk? It won't let me walk. There we are. Now I can walk. At least I've got the portal to get back out of. Okay. So. Okay, that's the new netherrack. It was while we were there looking at it. I think that actually looks pretty good. The nether brick has been darkened along the edges a little bit. Okay. The red nether brick is back there. Whoops. That was me. So yeah, I think this looks okay. I don't mind that it's a pattern like I do in the more natural world stuff. I mean, it is supposed to look kind of like meat, I guess, which is what it looks like. Clearly I'm still working on this part of the nether tunnel. Let's go down. Now when I was working on this world before, I chose to build high up in the nether because when you dig along there's less chance of running into lava. But I don't know if I've subscribe to that philosophy anymore. Alright, so there's nether quartz. And I'm not a fan of this either. It looks more like bone stuck in meat than quartz stuck in stone, and the crystal itself I really don't care for. Okay, I think we did, there we are. Yep, not a fan. Here we go, here's the soul sand. So you can see the little faces in it. Now the soul sand is something I do like. You know, though, they took the effect off of it. Used to be when you put soul sand in the real world and you stood on it, you got everything started looking very gloomy, but they've taken that effect off with 1.13. So, what else is there to look at? I think there's one more stop we can make on our little tour here. And again, we've got this glass. The glass is much better. Definitely an improvement. Okay, one more stop and that will be it for our tour. As I just said, I'm repeating, not because I'm going senile, but just for emphasis. Okay. I think this is probably the best nether hallway system that I've ever made in any of my games. Brock Hall, that's the name of the place where we just were. Woolley, this is the other location, the last stop. And I bet we have the similar situation where we need to reload chunks. What do you want to bet? And yes, we need to reload chunks. And it's dark out. Although the sun, as you can see, is coming up. Alright, well I think we're going to call it there. So, if you enjoyed this look at Snapshot 18w43c, press a like. If you disagree with me about the quality of the new textures, leave a note in the comment. I'd be interested to hear what you think is better or worse. And as always, keep on Minecrafting.